How to deal with being a first generation entrepreneur in your family. So if you clicked onto this video, you might be somebody that decided, you know what, after finishing school, I want to start a business. You go in your own path instead of doing what is normally known as the normal thing that most people will do, which is study. After studying, you get a job, right? Or you could be somebody that already has a job and you want to quit your job so that you can start your business, or you want to start your business while you have the job so that eventually you can quit your job. Before I continue with the video, it's older brother Zappo here. In this channel, I speak entrepreneurship and entrepreneur's mindset. And this video is entrepreneur's mindset, and let's get right into it. One of the most challenging things about being a first generation entrepreneur in your family especially is because you are the only one. So what happens with that is, if you've got people in your family that studied and they became successful in their jobs, or they studied and are somewhat struggling to get jobs and so forth, and they still believe in a trope that the key to success is through education, and after education is getting a job, you find these people not really believing in you. And when they do not believe in you, whatever you start, you might find yourself in a conundrum where you doubt yourself because of your family not believing in you, because you do not have that support system or that support structure. Sometimes it's not because your family doesn't want to support you, it's because you are just the first person that don't have an example of people who are successful entrepreneurs, successful business people within the family. And sometimes, it happens that people don't really think about the fact that wherever they work, whatever company they work for, whatever institute they work for, is actually a business that had to be started by someone. So if you are a first generation entrepreneur, you're that person who is starting this out, and you are starting a company that will eventually hire people. And hopefully that's the mindset that you have. Because if you are starting a business and you just want to be self-employed, the market is the market, and the market dictates the markets. So you can actually decide how your business does, if especially you're just self-employed. What you want to do is grow your business to a point that it can survive without you being in the business. Let's say you are not in the business for a month, whether for a holiday or some unforeseen circumstances, then the business will continue with or without your presence. So you have to think in that sense. The other thing that you will have to deal with being a first generation entrepreneur is the self-doubt. Remember, this goes back to not having the support structure, so the self-doubt will always creep in. Literally, the last time I had a bit of self-doubt about this YouTube channel was yesterday of recording this. Today is Tuesday, I believe it's the 13th or 14th of June. Wow, I haven't checked the dates, but I had a bit of self-doubt yesterday, thinking, you know what, I am getting views, I am getting a little bit of subscribers, I am not yet getting to 100 subscribers, and I am feeling a little bit of self-doubt creeping in. I want to give up, or I want to quit. But this is an entrepreneur's mindset video that I am doing so that I can remind you that you have to deal with these kind of things. I'm the first person in my family and most of my friends that I know who actually has a YouTube channel, and which, by the way, subscribe so that I can get to at least 100 subscribers. Dealing with the self-doubt is something that you will experience on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes it will go away for a while, and then it begins just out of the blue without you even understanding where it comes from. Maybe you could be seeing that you're not making enough money in your business and you're just spending from pocket, and you're not seeing profits from whatever investments that you are putting into the business. But this is how I've decided to look at self-doubt. When you study for a certain career, you're going to study for that certain career for 2 to even 7 years or longer. And then after you get into that career, you're going to work at an entry level for 2 to 3 years. Eventually, you will get your promotions. So with being an entrepreneur, being self-employed, even running a YouTube channel, I look at it that way. The first year or two, I might not have a big audience, and then the third year I might have a little bit of an audience, not so big of an audience, and it will keep growing over time. And at some point, I might have millions of viewers, I might have hundreds of thousands of viewers, or thousands of viewers, and it's all progressive, and it requires me to be patient even when the self-doubt creeps in. Another thing that you will deal with being a first generation entrepreneur in your family is that there is no other example. So you have to seek out examples of first generation entrepreneurs that actually made their life a success. But there's a caveat to this. when you look at these people that are examples, don't look at where they are at that moment and then start comparing yourself with them at that moment, because they might be successful at that time and then you are comparing yourselves, forgetting that they also might have started where you are as well, and they had to build themselves up from the bottom. And whatever the bottom looks like for you, it is absolutely valid. I don't want anyone to be thinking that I come from a poor family, I come from a middle class family, or I come from a little bit wealthier family, but you're not really getting that much of financial support, or you're getting a bit of financial support. Whatever bottom looks like for you, building from the bottom up, it is absolutely valid. Okay, so we continue. Don't compare yourself to somebody who's already successful. Look at them as a source of inspiration, as a source of motivation, that being a first-time entrepreneur is possible for you to even be successful. And another thing that we also have to do, and I also do this all the time with myself, is to remind myself that whatever that success seems like to the person that I'm looking at as a source of motivation, I might not reach their level. I may surpass the level as well. So I want to be as realistic as possible. And this is not me being negative, rather. This is me being realistic with the fact that my success and their success is not the same. We are not the same people. Our stories will not look the same, although they might look similar depending on our backgrounds. So I may look at them for a source of motivation and inspiration, but I'm not thinking that I want to be just as big as they are, if they're like a big entrepreneur, a big, very successful business person. And I just keep it pushing. And I want you to also keep it pushing. And if you like this type of content, mindset videos for entrepreneurs and business people, like this video. It will help me very much, and it will allow me to understand that yes, you do like this kind of stuff and you want me to bring you more videos like this. So I receive, you also receive. And if you're watching up until this point, subscribe to the channel. I very much appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one. Love you very much.